This whisky costs $30,000. It's a single malt. Single malt whisky is one of the most revered spirits in the world. It's exclusively made from barley, which is quite a cheap product. So how does one bottle get to be so expensive? Over the past 50 years, single malts have become increasingly popular. Scottish single malt exports grew by 14.2% in 2017 to just over $1.5 billion. One of the main players in the single malt market is Glenfiddich, whose parent company achieved a £1.2 billion turnover last year.
Selling 1.2 million 9-litre cases of Glenfiddich around the world. We have 180 markets around the world that we generally service. In 1963 we started to commercially sell single malt, but also to promote it actively outside of Scotland. We gave the single malt category the biggest push it's ever had in its life.
We were fortunate enough to try a 12-year-old bottle worth $36 and a 50-year-old vintage worth $30,000.
Nice, sweet, soft.
The 12-year-old whisky was certainly sweet and pleasant to drink, but I was expecting the more expensive bottle to taste out of this world to justify its price.
Oh wow. Really distinct.
You can taste much more European oak in this one.
The distinction between the flavours, like it's a lot smoother and a lot oakier.
There seems to be truth that the longer the alcohol is in there, the smoother it tastes, so the more deserving of the expensive price. But that can't be the only thing that justifies one bottle being close to $29,000 more than another. Another reason is that making single malt is an extremely difficult process to get right. Barley is ground down and added to spring water. Heated to 64 degrees Celsius, it turns to sugar, dissolving into a fine sweet tangy liquid called wort. The wort is drained, cooled and passed into washbacks. This is heated and condensed in copper wash stills for its first distillation, and a second time in spirit stills. The spirit trickles into the spirit safe, ready for maturation, and then is batched in casks with spring water. Casks spend years in the warehouse, maturing into a single malt.
So the secret to the quality of single malt is consistency. You've got to nail down your production so that your new make spirit comes off exactly the same. And we have a spirit quality team that are actively looking at it. And we also nose the new make spirit on site as well.
But there's more. An age 30 maturation can have 30 to 40% of the alcohol evaporated in the barrel, or 1% each year of the whisky's life. This is because of something called Angel's share, the natural evaporation of the liquid into the atmosphere over time. So older whiskies are expensive not just because they're old, but because there's less of them left. There's one more factor we haven't